Today, I want to show you how to make this delicious and very simple Christmas DIY treats perfect for the holidays. The first treat we are going to make are these cute and festive sugar cookies. The things you will need are sugar cookie mix, flour, pan baking spray, 2 eggs and 1 cup of butter, a rolling pin, cookie cutters, white and red decorating icing, a cookie sheet, and a bowl and metal whisk. You may also use a regular knife to cut your own shapes. The first thing you want to do is open your sugar cookie mix and add it to your mixing bowl. Then we add our 2 eggs and 1 cup of butter. You can either measure the butter out or 1 stick equals 1 cup. Now we whisk it all together. I personally found it difficult to mix the dough this way because it's very sticky, so I just use my hands. Just be cautious and don't wear any rings because I'm not kidding, it's crazy sticky. Once the ingredients are mixed together, we are going to flour our working surface. Using a rubber spatula, I'm pouring the batter out onto the table, then adding flour to the dough itself. Just using my hands, I'm kneading the dough, getting it prepared to roll out. Add flour as needed. Side note, I had to use a lot of flour because it kept sticking so much. Once the dough is manageable, lightly dust your rolling pin with flour and start to roll the dough into a thin sheet. But not too thin, you don't want your cookies to be burnt and crispy. Now take your cookie cutters or knife and cut out your desired shapes. Using a spatula, I'm transferring the shapes onto my baking sheet that has been sprayed with pan baking spray. Put your cookies in the oven at 350 degrees for 8 to 10 minutes. Or once you see your cookies turn a golden light brown, they're done. Now it's time to decorate. I've allowed my cookies to completely cool down before this step. Starting with the red icing, I'm making horizontal lines all the way down the cookie. Taking the white icing, I'm following the same step, just icing in between the red stripes. Do this step for all your cookies. Lastly, take the blunt side of a knife or a toothpick and very lightly drag the icing up starting from the bottom of the cookie. And you're done! You have these cute holiday-inspired sugar cookies. The next treat will be sweet and salty mix. These chocolate-covered snowman pretzels. The things you will need are a small bowl, sprinkles, white, red, black, and orange frosting, pretzels, and white candy melts. First thing you want to do is melt some candy melts in the microwave until it's melted and creamy. Next, lay down a piece of wax paper. Taking 2 pretzels, I'm aligning them on top of one another with the tops touching like so. Fill in the empty space of pretzels with melted chocolate, making sure you also put chocolate where the pretzels meet to make sure the 2 pieces stick together. Repeat that step until you have as many snowmen as you'd like to make. Next, taking my white icing, I am outlining the shape of the snowman. Then, with the red icing, we will make the scarves. To do this, make a horizontal line across the middle of the pretzels and then a line going down. Taking the black icing, I am making 2 dots on the top pretzel for eyes and 2 on the bottom for buttons. The orange icing will create the snowman's nose. Make 1 dot under the eyes and pull up so the icing stands up like a carrot would. Lastly, taking white sprinkles, I'm adding them to the snowman's eyes. I hope you enjoyed these adorable and delicious snowmen. Next, we are going to make these simple chocolate-covered pretzel rods. The things you will need are a tall cup, sprinkles, a flat plate, white melting chocolate, and pretzel rods. I first melted some chocolate into the tall glass and I took a handful of pretzel rods. Add some sprinkles to your flat plate. Taking a pretzel, I am going to dip one end into the chocolate and roll it in the sprinkles. Set that piece aside on a piece of wax paper to dry, and repeat for all the pretzels. Once they have dried, repeat the same steps on the other half of the pretzel, and voila! Easy to make and a yummy holiday treat. Last treat I will show you how to make are these adorable chocolate and peppermint lollipops. The things you will need are mini candy canes, sprinkles, wax paper, a plate, lollipop sticks, bowl and spoon, and white melting chocolate. First, lay down a piece of wax paper, preferably not on a wet surface. Taking your candy canes, unwrap an even amount. Pair the candy canes and arrange them into heart shapes. Take the lollipop sticks and place them in between each candy cane. Next, melt some chocolate in the microwave, but pay attention and don't burn it like I did. Ick! Take some chocolate and spoon it in between the candy canes, filling in the empty space. I'm taking the tip of a knife to smooth out the chocolate and make it look nicer. While the chocolate is still wet, add some sprinkles. Easy to make and delicious. So I decided to bag all my treats as small gifts. I found these plastic bags at Walmart and they actually came with twisty ties. I hope you enjoyed watching, and if you make these yourself, please put on Instagram and direct it to me at Shazane. I'd love to see your recreations. Thank you so much for watching and happy holidays!